Good morning. How are you? It's Kirsten Liebelt. It's Monday morning. Woohoo! Monday morning. Are you guys ready for another week? You know, in the Facebook group, I talk a lot about, we do the challenge at the beginning of the month so that you can nail the month. Well, it's kind of the same thing. Like you have to nail your week, right? Like win the day. The days add up to the week adds up to the month, and then we nail the month. And then pretty soon we're at the end of 2024, and then you can be in a completely different place and life is really good. Okay. That's my story. I don't think I changed my my subject on TikTok. So sorry. I'm going to talk about the nutritional deficiencies that have been that are caused by the script MET. And that's all I can say. I can't say the actual word because I'll get canceled from here to eternity. I can't do that. We should really question that, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we wonder why we have to be so quiet about certain names of scripts? We should do that. Okay, really good to see you guys. I hope you had a really good weekend. And this just came to me yesterday, and I was thinking about this. We don't think about the implications necessarily when it comes to different scripts, etc. And this all comes out of a very honest place for myself, authentic maybe, or just true to my story. Because when my dad had passed away at 63 from type 2 diabetes, he literally had a lazy Susan full of meds. And you guys, I can remember it like it was yesterday. And it was back in 1995. And we were home visiting with my 3 kids. And they were 6, 3, and 6 months. Now they are 35, 32, and 29. So it's a long time ago, right? But it's like seared into my memory. And I'm staying at my mom's house, and Friday morning, my dad dies. He had been on dialysis for 2 years, and it was not a very good life, low functioning. And it was hard. And so Friday morning, he goes for another dialysis appointment, and he basically goes to the cafeteria in the hospital, and he just dies sitting right there. And so the next morning, we find this all out, of course, right? We go to the hospital, etc. But the next morning, by the way, if you're on the replay, let me know where you're coming in from. I would love to know. I get up the next morning, and my mom is crying, and she's upset that she gave him such a hard time about all of the medicines that were always in the way. He always had them like lined up on the kitchen table. He would sit at the end of the kitchen table, and he had his, everything's lined up. He had his lazy Susan, all of his meds and all of this stuff. And so now, as I've gone through my whole journey of this, a lot of type 2 in my family, a lot of obesity and type 2. I'm Italian. So that's kind of where a lot of this is born out of. But I don't think that it dawns on us that prescription meds actually cause nutritional deficiencies. Like every single one. There's a counteraction to everything that's happening, that we're doing, whatever. So I literally didn't do anything about my own insulin resistance for 20 years. Gestational with my first baby, hypoglycemic with my second baby, dad dies when I'm 30. I do nothing. But then in my 40s, I finally do. And now I feel like the result of my dad took that path of meds and the lazy Susan. I took the path of supplementation. So now I'm 59. I don't take any meds, no type 2 in sight, never will, because I know how this works. And okay, so you can't lose weight if your insulin or your sugars are high. And I wish I had I don't think I'm using all my devices. So I don't know that I have a picture on here of my before and after picture. Let me see if I do. The reason why my mom wouldn't leave me alone is because my weight was just increasing all the time. And you can't live like that if you don't want to go down the path that my dad went down, right? So having said that, I finally did decide to do something about everything. I don't think I have that on here. Oh, here, I do. Okay. Really bad coloring, but it doesn't matter. Here, I'll show you guys first. So, oh man, come on. There we go. So basically, the conversation is just that when you can bring down your insulin and your sugars, you can finally lose weight. So I have gone from a 2X down to a large in my 50s. And that's really the result of dealing with my insulin resistance, targeting my insulin resistance. And you can do the exact same thing. Nothing I have done is rocket science. I'm not a doctor. I'm an Italian girl who figured things out because I was really tired of the lack of answers and the confusion and the miscommunication that I was seeing in the medical community. Well, that only heightened and got higher and higher and higher as I got older. And now then talking to people about this, I see so much more. It's frustrating. Got another text yesterday. You want to hear what my doctor, blah, blah, blah. I know. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry because like we should get better answers than that. We deserve better answers for something that's not a terminal diagnosis. In my opinion, we should have better answers. Okay, so let me just go through some of these deficiencies because this might be something you just didn't know. And you're like, geez, I probably need to supplement for that. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let me find my information now. I'm such an Apple girl that working with Androids is like, you know, you have to teach a dog new tricks is what you have to do. So hold on just a second. I'm finding it. But I found this to be very interesting. And the specific one that I want to talk about actually is with the script that starts with MET. Because I feel like that's super common. And most of the conversations that I have with people is I want to get off of MET because of the side effects of maybe some bathroom issues or here we go. Or they're trying to avoid going on. And again, I'm not a doctor and I would never tell anybody to get off of anything or to not go on something. I'm just going to give you information. Laura says, wow, I'm so frustrated. I have been on Zepbound. Hold on. I have to move you. I apologize. Let me move this. Zepbound and still don't lose. You want? I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Laura. And you know what my answer is? Movie Mama. Good to see you. Thank you for liking. I appreciate you so much. I'm going to go through the deficiencies that MET is causing, but I will tell you, Laura, this is what I deal with a lot, right? So because we have nutritional deficiencies, whether you're on MET or not, that's not really whatever. Filling in nutritional deficiencies, they wanted you to go on it, Gloria, and you're not. A lot of people are making that same decision as you. Having said that, we have these nutritional deficiencies, and what if this was easier than we thought it was? What if we've been led to believe that the only answers are scripts, but maybe there are some nutritional deficiencies that we could fill in? This is what I'm doing. This is what I've done for over 10 years now. So this is what I help women do, right? Targeted supplementation directed at insulin resistance. And then I teach ingredient food trade outs. And I do have a Facebook group and we do a free, so much free content. And the supplements are very, very affordable. You'd be so thankful you'll try anything. Laura, just stick around if you can, or if you need to contact me, if you go up here to go to my page, you'll see I'm going to get hearts or something on Instagram for doing this. This hashtag sign, you can message me this way. Okay. I have to be careful on TikTok. Okay. So number one, so taking scripts for diabetes can sometimes lead, I have to be careful with that word too. Dang it. Sometimes lead to certain nutrient deficiencies. Here are the main nutrient deficiencies often associated with common medications. Number one, vitamin B12. MET, a widely used med for type 2, is known to interfere with vitamin B12 absorption. Symptoms of deficiency would be fatigue, weakness, nerve damage, neuropathy, right? Cognitive disturbances, and anemia. Oh, this just torques me off. Even as I read stuff like this, it makes me mad because, yes, my dad he was diagnosed when he was 35. He just went into full-blown whatever, ended up like injections twice a day in his belly, heart surgeries, and then dialysis, right? And then he dies at 63. But my mom didn't develop type 2 until she was much older. Thanks for all the likes, you guys. And she ended up passing at 94, but with dementia. So let's read the symptoms of deficiency again. What if some of these things are easier than we thought? I'm just questioning because I want to like move you into advocacy for yourself. Become your own advocate. Take back your body so that you literally can create memories because you can function higher. Okay. So symptom of deficiency of B12, fatigue, weakness, nerve damage, neuropathy, common, and cognitive disturbances. Okay. All right. Number 2. Let's go to number 2. Oh, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Number 2, B9. Common MET can also affect folic acid levels. Symptoms of deficiency, fatigue, weakness, irritability, and anemia. Number 3, magnesium. You guys, I take a magnesium. It's actually not from my line. I don't know if I have it with me here. It's actually from, I could get it. I could get up and go get it. Maybe I'll do that. I'm actually getting it from, actually, I got some off of TikTok Shop, but you can get it off of Amazon.com or Walmart.com. And I will show you the blend that I've been taking because I feel like this would be so beneficial. You don't even understand how magnesium can help you. Like this is a blend. Maybe I should just go get it. I'll just go get it. Hold on so that y'all can get your information and because sometimes people have to jump off and I understand. So hold on. Let me grab it for you. Okay. I'll be the first one to tell you when my line comes out with a really good magnesium blend because what I do love about the line that I talk about is it's third-party tested. Everything is tested like over 500 times so that each pill has the exact same amount of stuff. So the reason why I chose this one is because it is made in the USA. I do like that. And I'm just trusting is what I'm doing. But this is a really good, I've appreciated this blend. It must be decent because I can tell the effectiveness of it in my body. Okay, so this is, let's see, Maggenin, Maggenin, and it is a blend. So, it's going to be backwards. Can I flip you, TikTok? Shoot. I don't know who's going to be, if this is going to be straight on for anybody or if this can be backwards. I will read it for you though. I'll show you take a screenshot, flip it inside of your phone. Did you know you can do that? You can take a picture and you can flip it inside of your phone. So take a screenshot, flip it. I will read it to you here. This is a really great magnesium blend. And then I'm going to tell you why magnesium, what happens with a magnesium deficiency because of taking, for example, the script MET. Okay, so hold on. Movie Mama, you're amazing. You're like my new best friend. I so appreciate you and all of your likes. You are just amazing. Thank you so much. So this basically it's a magnesium blend. Glycinate, which is one of the most absorbable ones. I take this at night, by the way, 2 of these. Citrate. Helps you with regularity. If anybody out there is not, if you're not regular, deal with that. Get it. Don't live on stool softeners and all sorts of stuff. You can do natural things like a citrate will help. Citrate, taurate, but then they add in the amino L-theanine. You're so sweet. L-theanine helps you to calm. This is why I take this at night. L-theanine. And apigenin, which is helpful for some hormonal stuff. But then they throw in here, FYI, some 5-HTP, GABA, ashwagandha, and then L-glycine, a bunch of stuff in here. So this so far has been a really good blend. And then what I do is, and I've been on my own sleep journey, meaning that I've tried melatonin. It makes me drunk. I do have a stinky herb blend off of my line that I really do love a lot. But I did I've been taking this now for maybe 2 months, 2 of them a night. And I really like that. And then I'm adding in, I have in my line a newly launched ashwagandha. So ashwagandha, if you don't know, will help with stress, mood, and sleep. Anyway, if you ever need to know about anything that I mentioned, please message me, please text me, okay? Or put something in the comments so that I can like help you mitigate whatever you're looking for. I want people to be able to take what you need to know. Show who makes it, Gloria. It's Meg Jenin. Distributed by, it's out of California. Yeah, Meg Jenin, Maggenin. That's what that is. But here, you can screenshot it again if you want to. Right there. So anyway, so magnesium deficiency. Common medications that will cause a magnesium deficiency along with MET. Diuretics, sometimes prescribed to manage blood pressure in diabetic patients, can lead to magnesium depletion. That leaves you with muscle cramps, weakness, irregular heartbeats, and fatigue. Okay, let's just reverse engineer that for a second. Let's just have a thought process. I seriously, because all of this stuff, when I started learning about this, I'm like, if this is true, like, what are we doing then? If there are some simple answers, and again, you know, everybody's got to go on their own journey, got to talk to your doctors about your own stuff, right? But muscle cramps, weakness, irregular heartbeats, and fatigue. Let's just say that we start to replenish. Oh, Tammy. Yes, the carb blocker information. The inventory, it's on back order right now, but it is so good. The carb blocker is so helpful. If you will reach out to me, Tammy, I'll see if I can get you one. I don't know if I can, but I just got one for a customer yesterday and I'm going to ship it to her because I found one locally. So let me know, Tammy, but otherwise, yeah, I know the carb blocker information is super helpful. Hello, Miss Anna. Good to see you. You're beautiful too. So if muscle cramps, weakness, irregular heartbeats, and fatigue, like what if we started taking a magnesium? I'm just saying, it's just a question. Just what if? Just let things roll around in your mind a little bit. That was number 3. Number 1 was vitamin B12. Number 2 was vitamin B9, folic acid. Number 3 is magnesium. And number 4, vitamin D. Certain diabetic medications can influence vitamin D metabolism, though the exact relationship is complex and not fully understood. However, symptoms of deficiency could be bone pain, muscle weakness, fatigue, and an increased risk of fractures. So getting vitamin D. And you know what? Again, I always say this. The vitamin D that I take is sourced from mushrooms. It's not synthetic. So get something that is good into your body. You don't have to get it through me, but make sure that it's third-party tested. Make sure that it's sourced from something natural like that. Make sure that it has like the testing of stuff is really, really strong, right? And I say all that, and like my vitamin D is 30 cents a day. Like it's ridiculous. I just want you to know that. Number 5, CoQ10. Did you guys know this one? CoQ10, this is actually, I think if you are on an STATIN, if you're on one of those, your CoQ10, please reach out to me. I will help you. Common medications, STATINs, often prescribed. It was right in front of me. Prescribed to diabetic patients to manage cholesterol levels. It can deplete CoQ10. The symptoms of deficiency: muscle pain, fatigue, and weakness. Paula says, if I can get one for you too. I will absolutely do the best that I can, because when I can get inventory, like I do have inventory of the trio, but the trio is in stock right now. You know what, Jane? I actually don't have the magnesium supplement in my line, but you can screenshot this one. I get this one off of, you can get it off of Amazon.com, Walmart.com, etc. You can just screenshot that one. All right. So coenzyme Q10, that's another one. I do have that. Number 6 is chromium. While not directly caused by type 2 medications, people with diabetes might be more susceptible to low chromium levels, which can affect blood sugar control. And I'll tell you how I know that one for sure. Impaired glucose tolerance and increased risk of blood sugar fluctuations are the symptoms of deficiency. To mitigate these potential deficiencies, it's important for individuals that are taking diabetes meds to have regular checkups and blood tests to monitor nutrient levels. Dietary adjustments and supplements may be recommended by healthcare providers to address specific deficiencies. Always consult a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement regimen. Okay, so we're definitely being very compliant with that. So again, B12, B9, which is folic acid, magnesium, vitamin D, coenzyme Q10, and chromium. Those are the top deficiencies that are caused by scripts that are used for type 2. The most common one is probably MET, if you know what I mean. And the CoQ10 probably comes a lot from, it's a deficient, not the chromium, the CoQ10 deficiency is oftentimes coming from an STATIN. That's what's causing that inside of you. So if you can then turn your ship around by actually filling in your nutritional deficiencies, dealing with your nutritional gaps, that is so, so, so imperative. So in talking about that, the chromium conversation. So when I talk about the trio, those are the 3 supplements that have the 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. That's what I started with over a decade ago. So me being a total sugar addict, Italian, not eating anything healthy, not a granola person. My idea of supplementation was ibuprofen and a weight loss med that was banned. We used to get it at Walmart, my girlfriend and I. We were homeschooling our kids. We'd be like, let's go to Walmart and get our Metabolife. That got banned. But anyway, I honestly, like, this was not me at all. That's thus the picture, the before picture. And so I say that because when you can finally get a handle on some of the targeted thought processes to supplement, how much nicer is that potentially than just taking supplements just to take supplements because you think you're supposed to take supplements, but you're not targeting them. And so my whole conversation, like inside of the Facebook group, and the Facebook group is called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Tell them Kirsten sent you. And that is a way that I can talk about targeting your ingredient trade outs and targeting your supplements so that you are becoming more, so that your body's becoming more efficient and so that you are becoming more efficient, even with whatever budget you have. Like, you don't want to just buy anything and everything because a friend told you, or a Facebook ad, or an Amazon find, or the kid at GNC. I'm just saying, like, it's nice if somebody can help you target things a little bit according to what your specific needs are. So this girl right here, and I know you can't all see it perfectly, but this girl, me, on this side, she was a sugar addict and she never took supplements and she never knew how to eat anything other than everything white. And she was just exhausted all the time. And her brain fog, her brain fog was off the charts. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth. And, it took me a while. Whoops, there goes my bottle. It took me a while to figure out a few things, but I'm telling you, it's so doable. And I want people to think in terms of, this is not a terminal diagnosis, so we can turn things around, right? And we can think things through. I love all of the conversations I have in my message, my inbox, because it's people that are basically saying, I am now taking back my own body and I'm assessing my own world. And I'm like, yes, go, go, go. Do it. So always reach out to me, please. If you want to know about the trio on Instagram, you guys kind of have it made in the shade, because at the top of Instagram, there's a pink highlight bubble and it has testimonies. Most of them gathered just from the first of this year. Like, these aren't old testimonies, just from the first of this year. Sugars coming down, weight being lost, brain fog, sugar cravings, appetite, trying to think of what else. Like, that's what the trio helps people with. Okay. That's at the top of that. But then if anybody wants to know anything about, like, for instance, we just talked about vitamin D, CoQ10, B vitamins. I have a dual action B vitamin that is time released. All 8 of your B's time released. So helpful. The only thing I don't have is a good magnesium right now. I have a CalMag D, but not the magnesium that I'm talking about. Is it the complex? What do you mean, Gloria? Tell me that. Tell me that. You're desperate to lower your blood sugar and triglycerides. Yep. And that's all connected to the insulin resistance conversation. Insulin resistance is literally the root of everything. And so that's what can be so frustrating is I feel like one of the things that I didn't know that I found out by default, stumbled into this understanding because I think my heart was ready for it because of my history. I think I was searching, even though I didn't know that I was necessarily searching. Does that make sense? I had decided that I was not going to go the path of my Italian family, but I had no idea how I was going to do it. So in my default, when I finally kind of took my own path of targeted supplementation and then figuring out my food, I went, oh my gosh, insulin is a hormone. Like this is my own waking up. Insulin is a hormone. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's a fat storing hormone. Okay. Wow. So if my insulin is high all the time, okay. Wow. Oh, look at there. If my sugars and insulin are high, I can't lose weight. Oh, is that why I'm on a hamster wheel of not being able to lose weight? Okay. Wow. I bet other women want to know this too. Oh, my liver is my fat metabolizing organ. Oh, wow. Okay. I bet other women want to know that too. Like this has been my whole revelation over the last like 8 years. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do we not know this stuff? How is this is such basic information and it's not being taught to us anywhere, like anywhere. So I just keep talking and helping people and just like, so a year ago when I started really talking, it was more than a year ago. 2 to 3 years ago when my content changed from the broader conversation of hormones, which I can also help with, adaptogenic herbs. You can always talk to me about the purple packet. That's another just product that helped me, shifted my hormones, and I never had a hot flash. That's a side note. But from the broader conversation of hormones down to the one hormone, kind of almost two, insulin, cortisol, mostly insulin, cortisol, because they're both the belly fat situation. They're both the belly fat. So, and they're like sisters. And so in talking about narrowing it down to this conversation of insulin resistance, when you are constantly spiking sugars in your body and calling on insulin and your cell is now closed for business, your cell is like, no more. The insulin is going to store everything as fat because that's what it's a fat storing hormone. And you're not going to have any fuel inside of your cell. And now you're exhausted. And so you're on this hamster wheel and you're wondering, why can't I lose weight? I used to be able to count points and lose weight. I used to be able to live in a calorie deficit only and lose weight. I used to be able to, fill in the blank, whatever it is, high intensity cardio, blah, blah, blah. But your hormones change the game. And whether that is all of your hormones, which we want all of them to be, right? We want our hormones to be like, yummy, cozy, perfect, right? We want a good balance because especially as women, we'll start thinking we're just crazy. Like, what's wrong with me? That was me. My husband used to say, stop saying that. There's nothing wrong with you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is this just what it's like to get old? Is this just what it's like to, and that's where the purple packet came in for me because my brain fog was so out of control. And I thought, I had one lady who she thought she had dementia because her brain fog was so out of control. And brain fog is a sign of insulin resistance. But I didn't know that. I didn't even know insulin resistance was a term. Like, insa what? That wasn't me. I was just living my life. That's that before picture. But then a couple of years ago, when I changed my conversation a little bit to be a little more specific about insulin resistance, the response was so overwhelming. Thus, the Facebook group. And we started that a year ago, June, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, and tell them Kirsten sent you a year ago. And I've done a challenge in there every single month for the last 13 months because now we did the one for June. And they're free. It's a 5-day challenge every month. This month was 4 days. It might be 4 days for a little bit because summer is weird. But basically, I'm able to teach what this girl didn't know. So this is my before picture. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'll just show it. So the one on the whatever side in the white, Like, I didn't know, you guys. I didn't know any of this stuff. All I knew was that I just felt like crap all the time. I was exhausted all the time. But do you know what? When you can get your sugars and your insulin to come down, you can actually lose weight. And I have been able to go from a 2X down to a large because of that. And so I want to be able to resource people as much as possible. And I want to talk about the things that other people aren't talking about. And I want to be able to bring value where all of the people that are they're in my inbox on a regular basis, whether it's FB or IG or like if you do this to the hashtag that's on my profile, if you message me this way, those messages are constant. I was not told anything until it was all of a sudden I am type 2 and I need to take scripts. Nobody's ever talked to me about insulin resistance. Nobody's ever talked to me about, well, nobody ever did with me either. And in fact, I was gestational with my first baby, hypoglycemic with my second. My dad is a type 2 diabetic. Nobody said anything to me ever in any hospital setting, in any like leaving with a baby. And I'd been just all they did was, okay, you were taking your blood 4 times a day during your pregnancy and now you don't have to. See you later. Instagram gives me, when I do this, Instagram gives me fireworks because they love me. It's so funny. But isn't that crazy? Like, nobody's having these conversations. This is ridiculous. And so we as women, I do have male customers, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, thus the ditch insulin resistance for women, we just think we're crazy and we're really hard on ourselves because we're constantly thinking like, what's wrong with me? Or, geez, I'm just the most undisciplined person I know. We have this negative self-talk that goes on. I'm undisciplined. I'm just such a loser at weight loss. Like, I'm never going to lose the weight. Like, I must just be, sometimes it's being told to you by a medical provider, listen, you're just not tracking your food properly. You must be eating more than you're telling me. Well, it's actually probably you're eating the things that are not helping you for insulin resistance. Once you've entered insulin resistance land, once you kind of crossed over into that land, you can actually stop spiking your sugars, stop calling on insulin, hardly at all. And you can turn your body from a sugar. Thank you so much for all the love, Connie. You're amazing. You can actually turn your body from a sugar burning machine, which is your body's preferred method of fuel. Give me all the sugar. I'm going to turn everything into sugar that you eat and I'm going to burn it. Because I need instant energy, but you can stop doing that and you can get your body to actually burn fat or release fat or however you want to say that, whatever is the proper term, because it's not about weight. This is not about weight because weight could be muscle. Do you want to lose muscle? No, you don't want to lose muscle. You don't want to, do you want to just lose water weight? Is that all you're looking to lose? Are you looking only to lose impacted waist? Probably not. You probably want fat to literally disappear from your body, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, that's really what we want. We don't want to lose our muscles. So anyway, I want to see if I missed something because I might have. So if you have any questions, please reach out. This is what I do. Carol, you're amazing. I hope you're still on here. So Carol, I can, but once the live on TikTok and IG is gone, I can't see your comments. So you have to message me in my inbox or go to my page up here. Go to my page on Instagram and you'll see contact info. There's always a way to get a hold of me. There's always a way to message me. There's always a way to connect with me and say, listen, I was on your live and you were talking about this and I need to do this. What specifically should I be looking for? What are the supplements that I need to be taking? I have really high cortisol. I have really high inflammation. Hey, listen, I'm really struggling with transitioning my carbs. Like, how can I get help for that? And get answers that are specific for you so that you can like move forward. And the base of everything that I do talk about, even though people add layers, I have lots of layers, basically the trio. Those are the 3 supplements with the 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. Most people start there. Okay. But then you can always add in, I do think I'm deficient in Vicky. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Vitamin D, we just talked about it, deficiencies. I have an excellent vitamin D. I have an excellent CoQ10. The chromium is already in the trio, so you don't need to get that separate. Anna, for your aunt, you need the CoQ10. Yep, I will get you that. The bees, all 8 of your bees time released. You guys, it's like a two-sided. Some of them get released right away, and some of them get released over the course of 8 hours. Like, make your body, I will do that, Anna. I will message you that information. Like, get your body to be more efficient. Right now, it's just kind of maybe sludgy, right? It's kind of like having a hard time. And I liken it to when you're power steering. We have a Yukon, and when that power steering is out, that power steering fluid, man, it's like trying to turn the wheel is like impossible. But the second that my husband, fills up that power steering fluid, it's like, ooh, look at there. Well, it's the same thing. And that's why, like, when I talk about the trio, that's what I love so much about it, because if your liver is tired and toxic, this is coming straight from Maria Emmerich. If your liver is tired and toxic from, you're welcome, Anna, from dieting, from over-the-counter meds, from scripts, from high fructose corn syrup forever and ever in everything we eat, from seed oils every time we turn around, you can actually get your liver to function at a higher level so that you can get your steering back up and running. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, does anybody have any questions before I jump off today? I would love to know. Oh my gosh, that is such a good. So she says, in fact, I'm going to take a screenshot of that. So she says, 2 months on the trio, feeling so much better. Your BP meds have been reduced. I'm so excited because you know what? This is the deal, you guys. Jane, I will get you the trio. When I get off, I will send you trio information. Or you can go to myfirstlastname.com. You can look at it there too. And that's where, Peggy, that's where you would order that as well. This is a healing journey. Am I making claims that anything can heal? No, I'm not. This is a journey that you have to go on for yourself, but I will be there for you, especially in the group, right? Because this has been my own journey. But it does take time for people. But just think about what she just said. So she's been targeting her insulin resistance for 2 months. And she's lowered her BP meds. Why is that? Why is there a connection? Did you know that there's a connection to turning back your ship and then your BP getting better? To turning back so that's a sign of turning that ship. Some people's ship turns really fast, I'm not going to lie, and some people's doesn't. And it's frustrating. And you do have to have a mentality that you're going to stay the course. And I know it's hard. I do, because I had to do that for my own weight journey, right? We go in and out of, sometimes it's self-sabotage. We go in and out of, sometimes it's just, we can't take the social pressure of something, or that's why carb blocker has been so instrumental to me, for me. Anyway, it takes time. Sometimes we even have a hard time taking on a supplement routine, being disciplined, having a long-term vision. What if we were disciplined for 5 months in a row? Just really with a pace of routine. And then you realize there's a 6-month guarantee on all the products. Like, what if you could you just have a long-term thought process? This will not be, I will never ever say to you, this is really fast and quick. Some people have that and they send me their testimonies. And so I post them because they're amazing. But sometimes it takes a few minutes. So I get it. But anyway, so if you are on TT and you don't want to lose like a connection, because you might not see me again for a year on the FYP, go ahead and follow me. Everybody, if you're a girl, you can jump into the Facebook group. And it's called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And I do a challenge every month. The next one will probably be, the first week has the 4th in it. The second one will be the second week of July. I think this is the same thing in August. I have to go kind of that second week because of stuff. But anyway, but it's free. It's free 99 to get into the group. And when you do, you'll eventually, lots of people are getting in there, but you'll eventually get tagged in a free 99 recipe pantry PDF. And yeah, that's what we're doing. And then if you want the supplementation to help, like, go faster, get your body to be more efficient so that you can have a different result, maybe, with a different, just support for your craving, support for your appetite, support for, your power steering. And again, you guys are amazing. So I'm just going to screenshot that too. Thank you for being such a light to us. Your encouragement and words of wisdom help make the journey so much easier. Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I so appreciate you. Thank you, Kirsten. I appreciate that you say, what you say. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are amazing. I love coming on and being able to tell people, listen, if we feel like we haven't gotten the information that we want, I'm telling you, 2020 made me bold. I am tired of somebody telling me that basic deficiencies being filled aren't going to help your body. That's BS. We know that our immune systems can run a lot better if we do certain things. And God gave us answers. And I'm 100% convinced because I've walked it, I've seen it, and I've documented the testimonies. So you can't tell me nothing. But I did get bold because I'll tell you, it's just not okay. Again, it's not okay to sabotage us because your only answer are scripts or another script or an increased dose of a script. It's not okay because what we're then doing is we're living a life that has low function. Maybe we're exhausted. Maybe we ache. Maybe we're not sleeping. Maybe we have so much brain fog, we can't think clearly. And so what kind of a life is that? Are we then fully enjoying every single day? Do we have the energy to run around with our grandbabies? Can we get down on the floor? Do we wake up and we're not in pain? I'm just saying, like, there's a different life on the other side of only listening to the matrix. And I'll never tell somebody not to, because that's not my position and that's not my job. Okay. So you have to do your own assessment. And especially if you are a tester of your blood, you need to know what's going on because supplements actually do work. So you want to know what's going on. I don't want somebody going to the other side of the ditch. So I hope that helps. But that's why I do this. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. A different life on the other side. Yes, Jacqueline, good to see you. Oh, you guys, it's just amazing. I'll just end with this. I just want you to know that I'm 59 and I don't take any meds, and I wake up in the morning and I do not ache. And I know that it is because I have turned back my ship. And then I tweaked what got me into the pickle to begin with. I tweaked those ingredients and I changed out my recipes, and it took me time, and I chose to have grace for myself while I did it. And I chose no shame. And I can help people compress time, and I can help people you don't have to take the journey that I took. It doesn't have to take you as long, because you can have the support and the encouragement that I didn't have because we didn't have live video when I was doing this. This didn't exist, but it does now. So we can go faster and we can run away from the matrix, if that's your goal, faster than I did. And you don't have to live with a low quality life. No more. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a super blessed day. If you need anything, reach out. Love to talk to you. And I'll get off and answer all of your questions. See you later. You are so welcome. Oh, I love that. I'm going to screenshot that too. Okay, you guys are so nice. You guys are amazing. Thank you. See you later. All right, TikTok. See you later. And Facebook. All right. You guys have a great day. I will get off and answer.